Yeah, I'm really pleased with the 3 days. I mean, we have a small group of guys that got a little more work to do, getting in shape-wise, getting in the playbook-wise. But as a majority, I like where we're at right now. It's just going to take a commitment to come back in better shape. We talked about things we'll have to work on this year that we didn't have to work on last year, like crowd noise. That's going to be fun to work on again. And whether it's defense, not being able to hear each other and have to go back to hand signals, offensively using silent counts and all those type things. So looking forward to training camp. Working with Tennessee is going to be fun. Got a hell of a challenge to practice with them, and glad we can do that again. So really looking forward to getting these guys back.
Is that most of the parting message that you gave them today?
Yeah, pretty much. Every band's got to make a commitment from here on in, and don't be the guy. Don't be the guy that screws it up.
Did this minicamp meet your expectations? The expectations of a coach that is coaching a defending Super Bowl champion?
Yeah, to the majority of, I could say 90%. There's about 10% that I would like to see in a little better condition. But and they're guys that are fighting for jobs, so it's up to them. Somebody's ready to take their job if they're not when they get back.
I'm guessing those are guys that weren't here for OTAs?
A couple, yeah. None of the guys, those guys are in shape, yeah.
Bruce, do you have an idea where your team is at with respect to vaccinations?
There's going to be a long line over there right now. I better have a better idea after today. We were pretty short up until now, but hopefully we have a pretty good line over there today.
But they're doing vaccines today?
Yeah, them and their family member, whoever wants to get one.
Did you bring anybody in? Like, I know Coach Rivera brought a specialist in to talk to his team to address some of the concerns. I didn't know if that was something you had to do here.
No, I'm the specialist.
Just like for the mask, you wear so many different
Yeah, very, a bunch of hats.
What was your message in that thing about getting the vaccine?
Well, if you want to go back to normal, get vaccinated. 85% is what we're shooting for, and I think everybody's tired of meeting out here and eating outside and doing all those things we had to do last year. So it's still a personal choice, but I don't see a reason not to be vaccinated.
Are there guys that have, you've spoken with that have resisted this?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody that's resisted it, just too lazy to get one.
Coach, Mike Evans went through so much last year physically. How does he look out here this week?
Yeah, fantastic today. I mean, he's in great shape, and probably the best shape I've seen Mike at this time of year.
Bruce, Houston, a team they're skipping, they're not doing a mandatory minicamp. Can you just speak to what you think the importance of minicamps are? I mean, you guys are coming off of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we didn't do OTAs, so we needed to get together as a team, do some team building, see where we're at so we can judge where we need to get to. And so I see the value of it. We did OTAs with all the young guys who I think need it every year. Not that veterans don't, but some veterans don't need it. And but they need minicamp. They need this team building period.
Coach, everybody talks about the 22 starters coming back, but you've got a lot of depth guys coming back as well. And as you know, through a long season, now 17 games, depth is so huge. How much do you focus on that now, knowing that most of your starters are set up?
Yeah, we've got about the top 30 back, so it's there's some big position battles. Some guys are on practice squad last year, or fighting guys that were fringe guys last year. So it's going to be a hell of a camp competition-wise for a lot of jobs.
Coach, you had a guy carted off yesterday, Riley, I believe it was, safety. Any injury update on him, and were there any other injury concerns at all over the 3 days?
No, he's got a slight Achilles tear when he jumped up and got that interception. So we'll see how bad it is, if it needs to be operated or not. But and I think Dean might have sprained a knee, but nothing. He just bruised it a little bit. So nothing. No, nobody else got hurt at all.
Do you have any idea how many players are going to be getting the vaccine today?
I have no idea. No.
What's the biggest way you saw Kyle Trask improve this week?
It got a lot faster this week, and I think he matched the speed. He's still got a ways to go with seeing all the things our defense shows him. But I'm pleased with where he's at right now. He's still got a long way to go, but he's got plenty of time to get there.
Bruce, with a longer season, 17 weeks, who knows if they go to 18, but with the offseason, the way you did it, OTAs for bottom of the roster rookies, veterans coming in, maybe for a mini camp, do you see that more as the trend that it would work?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, there's ways to get rid of spring, but yeah, you got to extend August and July. You know, you got to get this work done sometime. You can't just eliminate this work. It doesn't work that way. You got to coach them. You know, they can't just show up and play games. But yeah, I think, I mean, there's ways to extend the preseason to include a lot of this. If you want to just get rid of spring ball, that's fine. But you still got to have 4 or 5 more weeks to get them in shape and get them mentally ready to go.
You praised, though, the way these guys were able to take to the things that you were teaching by way of Zoom, which isn't easy. I mean, do you see the league kind of going more towards having more virtual off seasons?
I hope not, because I hate them.
I know you do.
I mean, but our coaches have adapted really well to them. I think even post-COVID, I think you'll see more of that, especially in some of the larger cities.
Bruce, you mentioned that they're starting spots up for grabs, if there's going to be competitions. Which ones are they?
No, not starters, but those backups that we're talking about, yeah, that depth, there's a lot of competition for those depth spots.
What about a running back? Because I know that you know, when I had asked you in the spring, when Leonard Fournette came back, you know, obviously different year, him, Ronald Jones. You know, how do you kind of see that? Gio Bernard, you brought him in as an addition. Keyshawn Vaughn's getting better. How do you kind of see that position group shaping up?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a group. You know, I think both those guys as starters in my mind. They'll be whoever goes out first doesn't really matter to me, but that will be determined in camp. And you know, Keyshawn's made a nice move, but you know, he has to be a better special teams player right now because of what's in front of him. But have all the confidence in the world of him as a runner and a receiver. So, and he's added a nice presence back there.
A couple days before training camp, you guys will have a ring ceremony that we kind of put into the bowl on the Super Bowl season. There's nothing like getting a Super Bowl ring. Did you have any input, and what's your thoughts about what that kind of?
Yeah, my input was I want to be able to wear it. You know, I have one that's so big you can't wear it, and it sits in a jewelry case. I want to wear it in case I don't have a reservation. I can get one. But you know, I trust that Darcy has all the bling sense in the world. It's going to be, and she got a few of the players involved, so I know it's very, very special, and it'll be a special night. Hopefully, we can put it to bed then and get on with next season.
Did you see the final design? I know Levante said
he has. I have not. I don't even want to see it till I get it.
What have you seen from Joe Tryon now that you got him here in pads? And has he shown you something that you didn't know was there?
Well, yeah, he's just, in no pads, just a helmet. But he's flashed. He's flashed a lot of speed, a lot of quickness, good athletic ability. He's got everything we're look for when we drafted him, and he's a hell of a competitor too. So yeah, he jumped out there with the ones, and he didn't look out of place.